Steve, I want to ask you something. Have you ever worked really hard toward a goal and then actually reached it and felt almost nothing? Like, you get there, you pass the exam, you get the promotion, you finish the project, and instead of feeling great, you feel quiet, flat. Like you expected a fireworks moment and you got a long, empty silence instead.
Yes, actually, yes. I know exactly that feeling.
Okay, good. Because I thought I was alone in this for a long time. A few years ago, I was studying for a professional certification. Months of preparation, early mornings, a lot of stress.
And you passed.
I passed. I sat in front of my laptop when the result came in and I thought, okay, I passed. And then, almost nothing. A small, quiet relief. And then emptiness.
So instead of celebrating, you moved on.
Within about 10 minutes, I was already looking at the next certification I could study for. And I had never stopped to question that pattern until recently.
That moment, when you reach a goal and it feels hollow, is exactly where today's episode starts.
Because I have been sitting with one question ever since. Was I actually working towards something I wanted? Or was I just going through steps that I assumed I was supposed to go through?
And that question, is this actually what I want, or is it what I think I should want, is one of the most important questions you can ask yourself, and one of the hardest.
Because the honest answer might surprise you.
Today we are going to talk about how we end up chasing goals that are not really ours, how to tell the difference, and what to do when you figure it out.
I already feel a little seen. Let us get into it.
Okay, let us start with something that I think will feel very familiar. Think about the goals you are working toward right now, the things you spend your time and energy on every day. Where did those goals come from?
That is already uncomfortable, because when I actually think about it, I am not sure I can answer clearly.
Most people cannot. And the reason is that we take on other people's goals all the time. And the process is so quiet, so gradual, that we do not notice it happening.
Like water slowly filling a container. You never see the moment it changes.
Exactly. And there is a word for this. When we take something from the outside, an idea, a value, an expectation, and turn it into a part of who we are, we say we internalize it. Internalize. I-N-T-E-R-N-A-L-I-Z-E. To take something external and make it feel internal. Make it feel like your own.
So the goal stops feeling like it came from somewhere else. It just feels like you.
Right. And that is why it is so tricky. Once you have internalized a goal, it is very hard to see that you did not come up with it yourself. There is no label on it that says, "This came from your parents," or "You got this from social media." It just feels like a normal part of how you think.
Which means you can spend years working towards something without ever asking, wait, do I actually want this?
Years, or a whole career. So let us talk about where these borrowed goals actually come from. Because there are three main places, and I think you will recognize all of them.
Okay, what is the first one?
Family. Most of us grew up hearing messages about what a good life looks like. Get a stable job. Be practical. Do not take risks. Buy a home before you are 40. These messages come from people who love you and want you to be safe.
But they are shaped by their experiences, not yours.
Exactly. Your parents grew up in a different world. The economy was different. The opportunities were different. The risks were different. And so their definition of a safe, successful life was built from their reality, not yours.
But by the time you are old enough to make your own choices, you have already heard those messages so many times that they feel like your own thinking.
They are already inside you. You are not repeating what your parents said. You are living it, because it became part of how you see the world.
I have definitely absorbed some of those. There are things I think I should want that, if I am honest, I have never really sat down and questioned. They just feel obvious.
And obvious is usually a sign that something has been internalized so deeply you cannot see the edges of it anymore.
That is a little unsettling to think about.
It is, but awareness is the first step. The second source is the people around you, people your own age, in the same situation. There is a phrase for this: peer pressure. Peer, P-E-E-R, means someone at the same level as you. Same age, same stage of life. Peer pressure is the pressure you feel from those people to do what they are doing.
Oh, this one is very real. When everyone around you starts doing something, everyone at work is chasing a promotion, everyone your age is buying property, everyone in your friend group is getting married or having kids, there's this feeling that creeps in.
Like, am I falling behind?
Exactly. Should I be doing that too? And nobody says it out loud. Nobody sits you down and says, you need to get a promotion this year. It is much more subtle than that.
It is more like an invisible current. You see what the people around you are doing, and you start to feel like something is wrong if you are not moving in the same direction.
Like a river. Nobody pushes you. You just find yourself being carried.
And the third source is something that has become much more powerful in the last 10 years. Social media and the images of success we see every single day. Think about what success looks like in the pictures and videos you see online. What do the successful people have? What are they doing?
A certain kind of lifestyle, a certain kind of job or title, a specific kind of home, a specific kind of body, a specific kind of confidence, and they are always moving towards something bigger.
And when you see that image every day, 10 times a day, 100 times a day, it starts to quietly shape what you think you want. Not because anyone told you to want it, just because it is everywhere. It becomes the background of what a good life is supposed to look like.
And your goals start to look like that picture, without you even deciding they should.
Even if that picture has almost nothing to do with who you actually are.
Okay, this is a lot. Because when I look at my own goals honestly, I can see fingerprints from all three of those places. Things from my family, things from the people around me, things I absorbed from being online a lot. It is hard to know what is actually mine.
And I want to be clear about something important. This does not mean all of those goals are wrong for you. Some of them might be exactly right. Some things that started as what my family wanted turn out to genuinely fit your life and make you happy. The question is not just where did this come from? The question is this actually mine now? Am I choosing it or am I just drifting with it?
How do you tell the difference?
3 questions. And I want to say up front, these are not easy questions. They do not always have clean answers. But asking them honestly will tell you a lot about where you stand.
Okay, let us hear the first one.
If nobody knew you were doing this, no one at work, no family member, no one from your social world, would you still be doing it?
Oh, that is a sharp one.
Because some goals feel important mainly because of the image they give us. The status, the recognition, the story we get to tell about ourselves. And if you took all of that away, if the people around you would never know whether you succeeded or failed, would you still care?
I think about that certification I mentioned at the beginning. And honestly, if no one would ever know I passed it, if it gave me 0 status, 0 recognition, 0 signal to anyone around me, I do not think I would have cared very much about getting it. And that is uncomfortable to say out loud.
It is uncomfortable, but it is honest. And honest is always the better starting point than comfortable.
There is something freeing about just saying it, though. Like, you stop having to pretend.
Exactly. And some goals will pass that test very easily. You think about them and you know, yes, even if nobody ever saw this, I would still want it. Because it matters to me in a way that has nothing to do with other people. Those are worth paying attention to.
Okay, what is the second question?
Imagine you actually reached the goal. You have it. You arrived. Now you are standing in that moment. What do you feel? Is it, I finally made it, this is where I wanted to be? Or is it, okay, what is next?
I know the second feeling. I have felt it more than once.
Most of us have. And the what is next feeling is actually a signal. Not always a bad one, but worth examining. Because it can mean the goal was never really about the destination. It was about the movement, the achievement, the forward motion, the approval that comes from being someone who is always working towards something bigger.
And when you arrive, those things last for about 10 minutes before you need the next one.
Like a hunger that comes back right after you eat. You satisfied it, but the satisfaction does not last.
Running on a track that never ends.
Right. Now, this does not mean that all achievement is empty. Some people genuinely love the process of getting better at something, and the goal is just a marker along the way. The arrival is not the point for them. The work is the point. But if the arrival always feels hollow, if you always immediately reach for the next thing before you have even sat with what you just did, that is worth paying attention to.
Because maybe you are working very hard towards something that will never actually satisfy you. Not because you failed, but because the goal was never really about what you thought it was about.
Exactly. Okay, third question.
Let us hear it.
If you tried for this goal and failed, really failed, publicly, what exactly would you be sad about? Would you be sad because you genuinely wanted that thing and did not get it? Or would you be sad about something else? What people would think? The time you spent? The story you had to change?
Those are three very different kinds of sad.
Very different. The first kind, being sad because you genuinely wanted something and did not get it. That is honest grief. That goal was real to you. The second kind, being mostly worried about what people think or about looking like you failed, that tells you something different. That the goal was maybe more about the image than the thing itself.
And the third, being sad about the time you spent. That is its own kind of signal.
It is. It can mean you already knew, somewhere inside, that this was not quite right for you. You were spending time on something that did not really fit, and on some level, you felt it.
I think I need to sit quietly with those three questions and go through every major thing I am working toward, one by one.
That is exactly what I would suggest. Not to throw everything out, not to have an existential crisis, just to see clearly what you are actually doing and why.
Okay, so let us say someone goes through those questions and they realize this goal is not really mine, or at least I am not sure it is. What do you actually do with that?
The first thing I want to say is, you do not have to do anything dramatic. Just because a goal came from somewhere outside of you does not automatically mean you need to abandon it.
That is reassuring, actually.
Because some things that started as what my family expected or what everyone around me was doing, when you look at them honestly, they actually fit your life. You genuinely want them when you really think about it. The difference is whether you are choosing them clearly now or just drifting along with them on autopilot.
So it is less about where the goal came from and more about whether you are making a real conscious choice.
Exactly. There is a real difference between a goal you are chasing because you drifted into it and never stopped to ask why, and a goal you are chasing because you looked at it clearly and decided, yes, this is worth my time and energy. Even if other people's expectations played a role in getting me here. Both paths might look the same from the outside, but the experience from the inside is completely different.
One feels like being carried by the current. The other feels like choosing to swim in that direction.
That is a really good way to put it. And here is the word for the kind of goal that is truly yours: Authentic. 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 Real, genuine, coming from who you actually are rather than from who you think you should be.
An authentic goal.
An authentic goal has a different quality to it. It does not always look exciting from the outside. It might not get much approval from other people. It might not even make sense to them.
But when you think about working toward it, there is a quiet kind of energy.
Not, I have to do this or I will fall behind. Not, I should want this. More like, I want to do this because it is mine, because it fits who I am.
I have felt that with certain things, and it is very different from the feeling of chasing something because it looks right, or because everyone else is doing it.
Very different. And I think there is one more thing worth saying here. A lot of us were taught, directly or indirectly, that being hard on yourself is a sign of ambition. Never being satisfied means you are serious, always pushing, always striving, always reaching for more. That is what success looks like.
And the opposite. Pausing, questioning, being gentle with yourself about your goals, that looks like weakness, like you are making excuses.
But questioning your goals is not weakness. It is actually the opposite. It takes a certain kind of courage to look at something you have worked hard for and ask, wait, is this actually what I want? Do I actually want to be here?
Because the easier thing is to just keep going. Keep doing what you have been doing. Tell yourself you will think about it later.
Most people do. And then 10 years later they arrive somewhere and wonder how they got there. Not because anything went wrong, but because they never stopped to ask whether they were heading in the right direction.
Like waking up in the wrong city.
Like waking up in the wrong city after a very long trip. You are not lost. You arrived somewhere. Just not where you actually wanted to go.
And the earlier you ask the question, the more time you have to adjust.
Which is why I think this conversation is worth having, even if everything in your life right now seems fine. Fine is not the same as right. And it is much better to sit with a little discomfort now than to arrive at a destination after years of effort and feel, why am I here?
Okay, let us bring it home. What do you want people to walk away with today?
2 things. First, the goals you are working toward may have come partly from your family, from the people around you, from the images of success you see every day. That is normal. That is human. We are all shaped by the world around us. But it is worth asking, which of these are actually mine? Not to throw everything away, just to see clearly.
And second?
The 3 questions we talked about today are a starting place. If nobody knew you were doing this, would you still do it? When you imagine reaching the goal, do you feel arrival or do you feel what is next? And if you failed, what exactly would you be sad about?
Those 3 questions. I am going to sit with them tonight. Honestly.
And if you discover that something you have been working toward is not quite yours, that is not a failure. That is honest information. And what you do with that information is up to you.
You could put it down, or you could pick it up more consciously. But at least you are choosing.
At least you are choosing.
Let us do a quick vocabulary review before we go.
Yes, first word, internalize. internalize. To take something from the outside world, an idea, an expectation, a value, and turn it into a part of how you think and feel. When you internalize something, it stops feeling like it came from somewhere else. It just feels like you, like your own thought.
Second, peer pressure. P-E-E-R. P-R-E-S-S-U-R-E. The pressure you feel from people your own age, or in the same situation as you. Not always direct. Often it is just the quiet feeling that you should be doing what everyone around you is doing. Nobody says it, you just feel it.
And third, authentic. Authentic. Real, genuine, coming from who you actually are. An authentic goal is one that belongs to you, not borrowed from your family, not copied from the people around you, not shaped by images of what success is supposed to look like. Just yours.
Thanks for listening, everyone. If today's episode made you think about something you have been taking for granted, that is exactly where the good stuff starts.
We will see you next time on Steve and Abby English. Take good care of yourselves.